and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
And welcome everyone to the Circle of Eight Championship on the line, our MMA podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is the host of Deepest One. I see here with me, Familia, the greatest MMA faction of all time, the greatest MMA podcast in Southern California. Once again, thank you, Brazil, for making us one of your top 87 or 88, so around there. We're getting there too. We're getting there. Thank you guys. But yes, I got to see. But yes, what I introduce, of
what he
course.
said.
What he said. What I choose my other host, the modest pain that brings that pain in that cage in the ring as well, and boxing, everything they bring you overall because they're the modest pain. Alex, Richard, Modest Championship on the Line podcast, and of course, this man that is the phenomenal one who brings that rage out of you in that cage and shows some pain because he is Mr. Iron Man himself, Coach Rage. That's right.
What's up?
What's up? That's right. So we're here, ladies and gentlemen, to give the last predictions for the last pay-per-view of UFC of 2022. But before we get into UFC 282, we want to get into which we haven't give our thoughts about it. And, you know, going around the MMA world, and I'm pretty sure you guys want to hear us, and especially you want to hear Coach's thoughts, mainly on the James Cross situation. This is, of course, him coming out and the Ariel Helwani show. He did admit that he makes more money betting than coaching. And unfortunately, because the Nevada State Athletic Commission made an investigation of this, there was leaks and even messages, emails, basically him betting against his fighters or, you know, for his fighters, and leaking out, hey, my fighters are injured. This is the betting odds. So now they did an internal investigation that now caused James Cross and his fighters who are trained under him to be banned from UFC and could be banned overall if the Nevada Athletic State Commission and probably every state commission can ban them overall because of the situation.
Usually how Nevada goes, everyone else follows.
Yeah.
If you lose your Nevada license, no other state will honor it. Will honor your license.
Absolutely, yes. And so they suspended his license, of course, because they're still conducting more further investigation. Because of that, that's what brought up to Dana White's attention to the UFC to ban him and all his fighters. So I'm going to pass it around to everybody, of course. Want to get your takes. I'll take it to you, Richard. What are your thoughts of this current situation happening to Cross and his fighters?
No, I was just surprised. I wasn't too surprised, like you said, or he was on Ariel Helwani's show, and like he was pretty much really open about it. And then people start coming in the mix, talking about it, and you see the comments and fighters and fans like, no, this guy like brags about his money and brags about his houses and like all these cars, like how can he afford it? And he just kept on, jaw-jacking and telling the truth and telling, secrets of making money. And then, the investigation happened, and there you go. He was outed, and he's pretty much done in MMA. I mean, I don't see him coming back anytime soon or ever, pretty much.
Wow, that's an unfortunate. Alex,
did a Pete Rose.
Give us your take, Alex.
It's sad. We were saying this earlier. I thought like James Cross was a really good coach. He was really climbing up, especially with the work that he's done with Brandon Moreno. The help that he gave to him. So he was coming up. Could have been one of the greats, kind of like guys like Greg Jackson or Javier Mendez, guys like those guys. He could have been up there at that same level. But this happens. So yeah, it's a shame. A shame because he could have been really one of the great coaches. But fortunately, it's not gonna happen.
It's unfortunate. Coach, floor is yours in this one.
Well, not to be that guy. So we've been doing this podcast for a while now, and
Yeah.
I don't ever go on Tapology and actually officially place. I'll give my opinion, but I don't actually even Tapology, even though that it's not financial. It's I always said it's too close. Um, Nevada State Athletic Commission has a website. California Athletic State Commission has a website. And if you go on the website and read, it's pretty clear. So I don't know. Yeah. And it to me, it's common sense. I didn't feel like I even needed to, I do read, every year I renew my professional trainer's license, and I get a letter from CSAC, from California State Athletic Commission, and it's the same letter, but I read it to make sure it's the same letter, that it hasn't been amended, or that there's, and California does update their policies quite a bit, and they are doing drug testing and hydration testing better than most other states. So, yeah, I don't know. Read the fine print, or it's not even fine print. Just read, know what you're signing, know what you're agreeing to. With Kraus, the one thing I will say, he was an exception in that he was a fighter and a coach simultaneously, and he was able to do it well. That is very uncommon. Normally, if a fighter is fighting, they're shitty coaches when they're fighting. To be a fighter, you need to be self-absorbed. You need to focus on your career, your winning. Kraus wasn't actually that great a fighter. He was pretty good, but he wasn't phenomenal. But he transitioned into the coach role pretty seamlessly, and it usually takes a few years to go from fighting to coaching, because believe it or not, being a good coach is really difficult, and you're teaching the same techniques, but the skills are completely different. The skills of coaching and the skills of fighting, they're completely opposite. So it's unfortunate what happened to him. I really feel bad for his fighters, but I'm sure I'm a pessimist, but my pessimism is based on personal experience. So I'm sure we're not going to hear all the details, but I guarantee the details are grittier, grimier, worse than you can imagine. So I was going to say I felt bad for his fighters. However, knowing how things go, I'm sure several of them are guilty of conspiracy. So
That's what I wondered too. I mean, if they were also involved in that, and then for them actually putting their bets on the side as well too, that's what I question. And because answer me this, fellas. I mean, when they started doing that ban from gambling, they did it first with fighters, right? Or they did it overall with coaches too, right? Or how did that whole started? Overall, right? That's how it began. Like when they first. That's what I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it was universal.
I
But
want to say that too.
But it's harder. It's harder to keep track of the coaches. So the UFC has a roster, and they know exactly who the fighters are that are contracted with them. So that is easier to enforce. But your fighters are constantly changing corners and gym hopping and doing whatever else fighters do, especially the shady ones that would be gambling. So Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, tough one, man. It's an unfortunate, you know.
Can I ask you guys something real quick? If the UFC paid a little more money, do you think this would happen?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That could be a good point.
All right. Look at boxing. Boxing's been around forever. I mean, listen, people are lazy and greedy. And if they can find a way to run a scam or make some quick, easy cash, or people are going to be tempted to do it. I'm surprised that Krause and the kids didn't learn a little better from the mafia, but you know, there's ways to do it to stay under the radar. But maybe, you know, the way he was acting, like Richard was saying, he was just telling everybody, like he probably didn't think that he was doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Although he was definitely, he knew the conspiracy was wrong. He knew fixing the fights and he knew that was wrong. But he probably didn't know that just any gambling at all is wrong for professional athletes and professional coaches.
Yeah, indeed. And we'll see. Well, you know, obviously we'll give our thoughts when the more further investigation is completed. We'll give our thoughts. But I want to give another one before we get into the fight, which this man right here, he retired. Suppose quote on that. I mean, because of the shoulder injury. I guess it
over
was
what? Over USADA?
Yeah, that's
over
over USADA. So I mean, with the shoulder injury, I guess the surgery was a lot of complications that he announced that he retired. I mean, we heard it from his manager, but however, we haven't heard it from him publicly in writing that he has officially retired. Should we believe that TJ Dillashaw retired? And if he did, what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, Alex, go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead.
I don't think so. When you retire, you're out of the USADA pool, and I think that's the reason why he did that, because I don't think he wanted to take any more tests, and he's going to use his off time to probably bulk up more, and then he'll come back and fight, and he'll look like, whoa, like what is he taking, type of thing.
Indeed. You feel the same way, Richard?
Yeah, I mean, even with the injury, I mean, he
retiring in Thailand?
Could be the case, right?
I mean, just even if he were to take a break, I mean, UFC, like this, we all know the sport, you know, it's a machine and it's not going to stop for anybody. And that division just keeps on rolling with the best fighters in the world. And it's not going to stop for him. So it's going to be difficult for him to even come back. It's going to get harder with his age and his injuries. Like, you know, the sport's going to move on. And I don't even think he could, you know, really best the top two guys in that division.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know. And it's, I don't know. I hate to hate on the person. I hate on the guy. We all know his history. I mean, I can't say, I know the guy, but reading and everything and his whole history, we all know on social media and on all these websites and stuff, he doesn't sound like the best person, and him cheating. And I already spoke my piece the last time on this. All I know is that he pissed on a cup once. And he pretty much melted that cup through. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say.
I love it how you put it. I love how you put it. Good fucking way to put it. I am with you 100%. And he's only 36, by the way. So, I mean, yeah, even at that age, it's already that time, you know. But
he did. I mean, he won his belt, and you can't take it away from him. But it's always going to be like, yeah, but remember, he test positive. I mean, you know, it's always going to be like, eh.
Yeah, there was. It was very well known by anyone that knew him or anyone that knew anyone who knew him. He was actually fairly reckless, teaching other people the dirty secrets that he knew. And, you know, it's professional athletics. You're not going to get away from it. But I don't know, man. Maybe getting hit in the head, but I don't know. Maybe fighters and coaches are just dumb. You know, maybe they think I don't know.
It's like, I don't know.
Right? It's like we don't
So
know.
anyone that's considering,
Ugh.
a career in professional fighting, you're not allowed to do performance enhancing drugs. And there's this thing called WADA, WADDA, and they have a list of banned substances. And be clear, there are plenty of banned substances that athletes cannot use that are legal. Banned does not mean illegal. There are many substances that are banned from athletics that are perfectly legal, that you can go to your GNC or your grocery store and pick up and buy over the counter. And so there's that. And you're not allowed to gamble.
I was waiting for that.
I was still waiting for that. Oh, I love it.
Weird. I like how you point out, like you said, like they're so reckless about it. I don't know if they get like a high from it. It's like that guy that returns to the scene of the crime after committing it. It's just like, I don't get it.
The thing is, I don't know. We can guess, right? But
Yeah.
I think the attitude with a lot of these guys is that everyone's doing it, and I'm going to try and help out my younger friends and teach them the right way to do it and not get caught. The way to not get caught is not about the procedure of doping. It's about political corruption, who you know, et cetera, et cetera. So take that for what it's worth. The other way to not get caught. Here's a crazy idea. The other way to not get caught. Okay.
I love it.
Just don't do it in the first place.
Just don't do it in the first place. Exactly.
Oh, hey, you guys know who the Liver King is? He's all natural. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that guy.
I find it hard to believe that there's that many stupid people, stupid kids. But like the amount that he was doing, $15,000 or $20,000 a month.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable quantities. So he was making lots of money selling supplements and probably drug dealing and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm making is that he was making money off of he was a charlatan. He's making money off of people's stupidity and Instagram influencing. Man, kids, don't be stupid. You don't need to eat organ meat. You don't need to eat any meat. And
damn, I gotta throw away my 6 months of liver in a
Oh
and if somebody has traps that come up to their ears and shoulders that look like they're smuggling softballs or bowling balls, and they tell you that they're not using performance enhancing drugs, back away, get away. I had a good friend, Rich Piana, and he was straight up with people. And that's why one of the reasons that he became so popular is he would just tell it like it is. Now, it's illegal in many countries, in many states. But I don't know. Just stop being stupid, people. Please, can you stop being stupid? Now we're going to start. No,
yeah, let's start.
I was going to bring up something else, but that's all. Child trafficking at the border just broke. So I'm, if we're talking about news and conspiracy, but I don't think it's appropriate for this.
I don't mind doing that sometime. Well, I love conspiracy theories, so that's me. But man, let's get into it, gentlemen.
Whoa.
What?
We forgot something here.
I know this.
We forgot the topic.
Just walk away,
Bellator
everyone.
290, Fedor versus Brian Bader, number 2.
Nobody
The
gives a
rematch.
shit. Nobody.
They just announced it.
Oh my god.
Which
Okay,
I bought tickets, by the way. So if you're at the forum,
where's our
what?
ticket? Oh my god.
huh?
Where is it taking place?
At the forum, in beautiful LA.
The Forum?
Yeah.
Wow, I would think it would be at in Florida as a retirement center.
Oh. No, only for
No. No.
I was waiting for that.
the forum, man.
So, what do you think of Fedor's Pride record?
It's great.
Yeah, cool.
Great. When you
All
need
right.
Coleman,
Hey,
Nico Kolkop,
I can hook you up with
And
some
then-
liver and some organ meat
oh god,
if you.
he's gonna win.
Oh,
Okay, that's all I
I
gotta
can-
say.
I
And
got
we
a bridge
better
for
do an
sale
episode
too.
on it, Ivan. We gotta cover it.
Okay, we'll do it just for you. We'll do a fucking
Nem Kyle
episode.
versus Yoel Romero. Come on,
No, oh my god.
Oh my
no.
God. Wow.
come on, man. On CBS.
Is George Foreman going to be fighting?
Oh my god. Is George Foreman gonna be fighting?
He's gonna win. Okay, Fedor's gonna win.
And
I love it.
Miles
Do a Fedor
Lane
and Tim
can
Sylvia rematch, too.
officiate.
All right, but see, this ain't Bellator, all right, Alex. We're talking about UFC 282. That is right. It's happening this Saturday, December 10th, and of course, the last pay-per-view for UFC is the year 2022. Unfortunately, changes happened in this fight. Of course, it was supposed to be the main event, was Jiri Prochazka versus Glover Teixeira for the rematch for the light heavyweight championship, but unfortunately, now it's an intern as we have Blachowicz and Magomed Ankalaev main eventing. Robbie Lawler was supposed to fight Santiago Ponzinibbio, but that was replaced. Lawler was replaced with Alex Morono. So let's get into the card, gentlemen. Let's start with the first fight here. We have the featherweight bout as we have Bryce Mitchell versus Ila Topuria. So, Alex, take it away. Who do you got in this one?
It's a tough one. I mean, Mitchell has a really good ground game. And then how do you pronounce it? Topuria or Topuria?
Topuria?
Topanga Canyon.
Topanga Canyon.
Tapioca pudding.
Tapioca.
And yeah. But yeah, Topuria has a really good stand-up. He's also undefeated in the UFC. He's got some real knockout power. I don't know if you guys saw when he knocked out Ryan Hall. I mean, geez, it looked great.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, I'm gonna go with Mitchell on this one. I think he gets it done. I think he'll get it to the ground, and I think it'll be a decision. Mitchell by decision.
Mitchell by decision. Man, it's a tough one. Tough one for me because like how you mentioned about Mitchell's groundwork, I do like it. But then
he looked good against Barboza too.
You know what, that fight? Yes, I do remember that fight. Yes, I do remember that fight. You're right. Yes. But man, Ila though, I mean, what, he has 4 fights in the UFC so far. But most of his fucking is knockouts. So yeah. That's the one thing
he's got power.
He got power. He's definitely got power. This is a tough one too, honestly. I like the groundwork of Rice, but I like the striking of fucking Topuria. So this is I'm gonna go with Topuria decision on this one.
Ooh, nice.
I think he's as much as I know Mitchell is a black belt, in jiu-jitsu, but I think Topuria's gonna probably escape out of the ground game, and I think he's gonna have Bryce up in the standing game for those 3 rounds. And I think it could go decision. I think it could go to decision. So I'm gonna play safe decision on this one. Richard, what do you got, brother?
On this one, I like both guys. I mean, they're both undefeated coming up, but someone's has to go. But Bryce Mitchell, I just love, that wrestling background. He just grinds and goes for a takedown and goes for submissions. I mean, 12 out of his wins, he has 7 subs. I feel that I'm not gonna try the other guy's name. I'm just gonna call him LT. I think LT's
IT,
name,
like
IT.
IT.
Is it Leah? It's
I-
Leah.
It's
Leah.
Leah.
It's an
Elia.
I.
It's
No,
I.
it's an L.
Is
It's
it
an
an
I.
L?
It's LLIA.
Wait,
You
what?
sure?
Yeah, it's not Ia.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
like-
you're right.
yeah.
Oh, you're right. So they UFC. See, this is UFC right here because I spelled it on based on UFC.
Yeah, it's Leah. Yeah. So I'm gonna
Oh,
call
it's
him
like
LT.
2 L's, or was it
Oh,
two L's,
wow.
IA.
Okay,
two
let me
Yeah.
L's and
correct that.
Leah?
Yep.
Interesting.
Huh. I had to double check that too. I thought it was an I. Yeah, it's L.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
thank you.
anyways.
Sorry,
You're welcome. So,
We all
anyways,
fucked up.
LT.
Uh,
Leah.
Yeah.
Whatever. The guy with the German name or whatever it is. He's coming in with, like you said, he has that knockouts, but he had him late in his career. He's getting a string of KOs by all over the place, first and second round. I mean, he has heavy hands, but I'm still gonna go with Bryce Mitchell. I think Bryce gets the decision.
Wow, like that. Love it, love it. Coach, floor is yours.
yeah. So this is everyone's having trouble picking, right? First of all, both undefeated, right? So somebody's O has got to go.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Thug Nasty. Bryce Mitchell is awesome, and I actually like his politics too. But man, this person's name who we cannot pronounce, Leah Victoria. He's undefeated, and he's a finisher, and he's a wrecking machine, man.
Damn, man.
But I'm not going to pick because I'm a fan of thugs. So there we go. No, I think
Mitchell.
I think it's going to be Taporia. I don't think he's going to knock out Bryce, but I think it's going to be a bad night for Bryce.
Wow.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I hope Bryce proves me wrong because I like him. I think he's cool. And
I like him too. Like he's very respectful, very great man. I like his persona. This is going to be a great opening fight. I'll tell you that.
Sometimes I have trouble seeing his shorts though.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Camouflage. Joe.
Camouflage. That's right. All right, let's move on into the middleweight bout as we have Darren Till versus De Cruz du Plessis. So, yeah, I know these names are like. I'm doing my best. I mean, Jesus,
Hey.
I need to learn more Rosetta Stone, right?
Yeah.
That's what I need more. But Alex, the floor is yours. Take it away, brother.
Darren Till needs a win. He does. He needs a win. He's 1-4 in his last 5 fights. But he's been looking good. I mean, obviously, I think there's been a lot of videos of him. Like he's in great shape. Obviously working with Chimaev too, which is pretty good for him. Working on his grappling. Duplessis, I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, Duplessis.
Don't know that much about him. He's undefeated in the UFC. He's 3-0. Fought a lot in KSW, which KSW is a really good promotion in Poland, I believe. But he's won a title there, and then got him to the UFC. Got a win over Brad Tavares, which is a pretty good win. Decision over, a veteran. He's got some submissions. He's got 9 submissions, 7 knockouts. So you can tell he's pretty good in a little bit of everything. Good ground game. Has good stand up. And I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with the Price. I think he beats Till by decision.
Shout out to Miles, right? I'm a championship of my mentor. I'm gonna sit in and listen.
Oh God.
Is he named after the ice planet?
Right? I don't have no idea. Oh, Richard.
But yeah, the
Or
Price.
did they name the planet after him?
So you got the place by decision? To place?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Awesome.
Is it Duplessis or Duplessis?
Duplessis, supplies.
Duplicitous.
Duplicitous.
We're having a brilliant man. We're
Could
having
be
a
the
names,
fight
bro.
with names, man.
He's from
The
South
Rock.
Africa. I mean, but that's all right.
Well, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
name it
Rickard.
after one of my favorite wrestlers.
Is it Dricus or Dricus?
That's what I was thinking too.
Barney
Dracus?
Dracus.
I don't know if it's I or E. If it's Dricus or Dricus.
We don't know I's, we don't know L's, we don't know at this point.
We don't know.
Anyways,
But-
yeah.
Come on.
I
What's
like
your
the-
pick,
I like
Richard?
the-
Come on.
I'm trying to figure out this damn name. I'm gonna call it. I'm a fan of this wrestling DDP, so I'm gonna call him DDP. Anyways, I'm gonna give it to
There
Darren
you
Till.
go.
Darren Till's gonna go for it. I think he gets a decision.
Who?
Darren Till.
Okay.
Wait, what? Say it again.
Say it
Darren
again.
Till's gonna get the decision.
Darren
Darren
Till
Till.
is going to get the decision.
Yeah.
All
I'll go with
right. Unanimous or split?
it. Unanimous.
Okay.
All right. I'm with you. I think we Till needs to win here, back to back. Oh man, and the guy's good too, but it's just I don't know. I haven't seen through. I'll call him how Richard DDP. How Richard called him DDP. I have not seen him, so I'm not familiar with this guy. But I'm familiar with Till, so I would have, I'm going with my heart in this one, so I got Till by decision as well, unanimous. So hopefully Till gets this W and stays, and don't go to play PFL or Bellator. When you stay, don't get cut. Times are tough these days. You don't want to get cut. But Coach, the floor is yours.
Yeah, that's the question. Does Till go to Bellator or does he go to PFL? This is Till's last fight, I think. This is a political move by the company. They got their limey. They got someone from the UK. You got Paddy the Batty. We no longer need Darren Till.
Good point.
So they're finishing out his contract. And I'm going to try this name. I'm going to say Dricus Duplessis.
There you go.
They got to push him. He's the only South African in the UFC and the only one to ever do MMA as far as I know. I'm joking. They have some MMA promotions in South Africa, but I don't know. I'm not that interested. I don't care. But I think this is Till's last fight. I think he loses. I think he gets knocked out. I think his camp did him a huge disservice. They started him too young, too green. He's a southpaw and he's athletic and he's long and lanky. So he presented better than he actually was. And he never took the time to actually get better. So, bro, this is such a brutal sport. Like, MMA fucking hates everybody, especially fighters.
Good way to put it, right? MMA hates everybody. Should be a slogan right there. That's right. But you brought up a good point, though, about because I do remember when Dana said about he wants to venture out in Africa. So having someone like from, DDP, I guess I'll call him, being a first look at South African in the UFC, that could be how you mentioned. This is a build up for him. So then have him be number one guy when they go to Africa for next year in the UFC. So that'd be good call on that. I totally forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, go on, Coach. All right, we're gonna move on to the welterweight bout. We got Santiago Porcillo versus Alex Morono. So, Alex, are you gonna take your brother Alex here? Alex.
What?
Are you gonna take Morono? Are you gonna take Morono in this one? What do you got?
Man. Well, Morono was a late replacement. Originally, Robbie Lawler was supposed to fight Santiago, but Robbie got hurt.
Okay.
And it's a catch weight, I believe, too.
Ooh.
So
In whose favor?
I think Morono. I think is the one that's heavier. I think, or yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 165. I believe now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, at one point Santiago was the guy. He was up there for a title shot a while back, but got hurt, and he was out for a while. Now he's back, and that road to getting back to where he was is just not looking good for him. I know he's had like 2 losses in a row. And Morono is on a winning streak. I think Morono beat Mickey Gall in his last fight.
Who?
Oh my God!
The guy
The guy that beat CM Punk.
The guy
Oh
who beat-
well.
no.
Hey, the guy who beat CM Punk.
Yeah.
But Morono's tough. He comes in aggressive, kind of is in your face type of fighter, puts a lot of pressure, could really mix it up really well with his ground game and his stand up. But I'm gonna go with Ponzinibbio. I think he has he has the knockout power. I think Morono's gonna walk into a punch, and Ponzinibbio's gonna knock him out. I'm gonna go second round on this one. I think Ponzinibbio gets it done. KO.
KO. I like that. You're right too. I'm with you. I think Santiago needs to win, especially the last 2 fights, especially the one.
And they were close.
The Pierre one was close. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. That was a really close fight.
I thought he beat Pereira. Honestly,
honestly, I'm with you. I thought it was the same thing, but I don't know what the fuck happened.
So
there.
I'm not even going to consider that a loss because that was a fucked up judgment. So
I
yeah.
thought he did enough to win, but
oh, did I mention that MMA hates everybody?
There you go. We need to make a shirt saying, "Hey, MMA hates everybody." That's
Because you finish, you don't knock your opponent out. It goes to the judges. Guess what? The judges are incompetent and or corrupt.
put that in the
There
bag.
you go.
Sorry,
Put that in the back too. Put that in the back of the t-shirt. That's for sure. But man, yeah, I'm gonna go with Santiago. I think use a second round TKO. Nah, you know what? I think Morono's gonna put up a fight, man. I think this is gonna be a close one. I just say I'm Santiago decision. I think. Yeah, they better give it to him this time. Unanimous. This better not go split. They better not. It better be unanimous. Give it Santiago. He needs this win. Santiago's great. Love his striking abilities. Morono's strong game is spectacular. But
shoot, it's actually catch weight at 180.
it's a 180. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Whoa.
Oh.
What? Well, okay.
Because it is welterweight, right? It's a 170.
Wait. What is Morono? Morono or Morano? What's he
Morono
fight
can be
at?
either one.
What's he
He
fight
fights
at?
at 170. Usually he's a welterweight.
And Santiago is not a middleweight.
No, they're both welterweights, but I think Morono just can't make the weight. I think because he came in.
Oh.
So
That's
I
right,
think,
because he came in last minute to replace
Yeah.
Robbie Lawler.
yeah. So I think they had
Man,
wait. I don't think he can make the weight, so I think they just went
because
with
he's
one.
walking around like a fat fuck. Jesus, stay on weight, people.
Stay on way. I'm trying to, all right? Just don't judge me. The Thanksgiving just passed. It's the holiday season, man. It's tamales, pozole. It's that time of the year, man. It's kind of hard to say no.
It is. We just fought. The higher division just fought in kickboxing, and the event was just Saturday, right? So a whole bunch of people didn't want to do the event because of Thanksgiving, because they didn't want to have to make weight over the holidays. We made weight, no problem. We actually came in underweight. I'm just saying. Yeah, if you're gonna be a professional athlete, you got to eat like a professional athlete, not a professional eater. Okay, sorry.
But it's hard, Rage. It's hard.
Fighting is hard, bro.
Fighting is hard.
Fighting is
Besides
hard. Getting kicked in the face and then smiling and acting like it didn't hurt, that's hard.
That's true.
That's absolutely.
Good.
That's why MMA hates you.
MMA hates
Hey,
everybody.
I love it. Rickard, who do you got, Rickard?
For this one, like you guys, made a lot of good points. I mean, Santiago has that power. I think out of 28 wins, he has 15 knockouts. Those last two fights were very close by 2 split decisions, but his back is kind of against the wall. Back-to-back losses. But I want to pick Morono.
Those don't count as losses. We already talked about that.
There you go. So he's trying to get his 3rd win here, and with Morono, I think I'm going to give it to Santiago. I think he gets it done by decision, the unanimous decision. I mean, Morono's a tough guy. He has some wins, but I mean, he's beating his last 4 wins. He beat Donald Cerrone, who's pretty much on his way out. Mickey Gall,
who?
Ray said who? So, I mean, decent guys, but Seven Rages is who? So yeah, I'm gonna go Santiago. I think he gets the decision.
Awesome. The phenomenal coach. Floor is yours.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Did you guys look at these odds?
Oh, you know what? Yes.
The betting odds on this fight. What is going on? I don't get it.
What do you have so far in this one? I want to see we have the same thing. What are you looking at?
Well, what I see on the UFC website is Morono as -380 and Ponzinibbio as +310.
Why?
So Morono's a favorite?
If I'm reading it right.
Yeah, he's a favorite because
I don't gamble, so sometimes I get a little confused about what the numbers mean. Did we talk about gambling and how professional athletes and professional coaches not supposed to gamble, not really even supposed to even know about gambling? I like Morono as entertainment. He's tough, he's scrappy, but he is not good. His technique is bad. Ponzinibbio is outstanding. He is a very high level technician, and he's got the knockout power, and he went the distance with Jeff Neal, who is a murder machine. He beat Pereira, but the judges gave it the wrong way because judges in MMA and boxing and combat sports are incompetent and or corrupt. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but so I think Morono gets knocked out. I think it's going to take a little bit for Ponzinibbio to piece him up, chase him down, but I think it's going to happen in the 3rd round, and Morono's going to be bloodied up, but he takes a nap at the end of the 3rd round.
Love it. Remember, MMA hates everyone.
That's right.
Boxing hates everyone.
Yeah.
Judges hates everyone.
Boxing is so corrupt; it just doesn't care about anybody. It doesn't care about anything.
It only cares about his photos in the network. That's okay. All right, the lightweight bout. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon. Alex, talk to me, baby. What do you got?
Jared has had a lot of fights in UFC. He's a veteran. And I don't know. I think UFC is taking care of Paddy, kind of like what he did to Sean O'Malley, giving him the right fights. I think he's a stock that UFC's trying to push to cash out on, and I'm gonna go Paddy on this one. I think he gets a submission over Jared. I'm gonna say 3rd round submission for Paddy. Jared's tough, a lot of experience, fought in UFC for a long time, but I just think right now it's his time right now, and he'll get a submission 3rd round.
Does anyone know where Gordon is in his contract? And how old is he? Is he 30? He's in his
34.
mid-30s. 34. Okay, so he's getting up there in age. I don't know. See, if the director were here, he'd pull it up and say he'd. Oh, well, yeah, he's got 2 fights on his contract, or he has 1 fight on his contract. But
I could get sick of that.
these are relevant facts. Sorry, I interrupted whoever was supposed to be talking. Is that Richard?
Oh.
No,
No,
Ivan?
I was already done. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, Patty. I mean, I can't really add anything what you said. It's true. They're pampering this guy. That's your, and then like how Coach mentioned. Okay, Tails out of the picture now. This is your new UK fighter. You're number one for the UK, and they're really. I like the guy too. I like his attitude. He's very humble though. I do like his groundwork. So I'm Patty's 20 is only 27, and
did you call Patty humble?
What I seen personally of what I see. Hey, to each his own. I'm just
okay.
I'm saying what I see of what I seen of what I read, what I see. It looks like
I heard that Sean O'Malley guy's humble too.
Oh, yeah. You just what it is you can't understand the accent, so you don't know what he's actually saying.
It's actually his last fight in his contract.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
This is his last fight.
So it looks like he's gone.
So there, Chris, we don't need you. Ha!
So I'm gonna go with Patty. I think second round submission. That's what I get. Second round, he takes it. We'll see what's next. I mean, is he even in a fucking ranking division? He's not even there at all, right?
Not yet.
No, not yet. He has a long way to go. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see the future for Patty. But I got Patty second round submission. Rickard, what do you got, Rickard?
Yeah, with this fight, I mean, Jared, Rage mentioned it and hit the nail on the head. I mean, adds up the last fight. I mean, pretty much sending his way, out with bags packing and maybe a decent payday versus Patty. Patty's looking good. I mean, 3 wins in a row. I'm more entertained by Patty's antics outside the cage. I mean,
yes.
I know recently he had Dana White on his podcast and they trashed Ariel Helwani for like 10 minutes, which was very entertaining.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
You should watch it. They went to town on him and
He did reply though. He
replied back and
what did he say?
He said he posted like an old video like, "Well, you guys had to say straight to my face," and blah blah. I'm like, "Well, they said it in public and millions watching it, so I don't know how clear you want it. They don't like you, so." What else do they want? And he's like, "We come to my face." I mean, you're challenging a fighter. I don't know. I mean, I used to like Helwani, but I don't know. He tries to play this whole tough guy to get the views and all, and he's not really in a major network anymore like he used to, and he has to do what he has to do to get those eyes on him, and he's doing it. And they're, if they're talking about him, he's doing something right. But yeah, not the nice thing to say about him. But anyways, Patty's looking pretty good. He's not in the rankings yet. I mean, surely he'll be there soon enough with those 3 wins, possibly now this weekend, his 4th. But I'm going to give it to Patty. I think his submission game is something else. So yeah, I'm like, I argue with Alex, Patty by submission. Okay. But then again, Jared only got submitted once in his whole career, so we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Coach,
this fight kind of reminds me of like when Chimaev fought Gerald Merscott. Like Merscott was like, "Oh, it's going to be a tough test for him. He's a veteran, this and this," and Chimaev just knocked him out in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, except Chimaev's actually good. So yeah, this is a soft pitch for Patty. The kid's being pushed. He's being helped along. He's being manufactured. Yes, he has some talent, but come on. He's a manufactured product. And that's the UFC's MO. They've done it. They did it with Conor McGregor. They did it with you. They know what they're doing to generate the fan base and make the money. So yeah, this is just a soft pitch. It's an easy one for Patty. Yeah, round 1, rear naked choke.
Ooh,
Patty.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, how you mentioned, did it with Patty, did it with Connor. They did it with Covington. They did it with Chael Sonnen. They did it with Tito Ortiz.
They did it with Skittles.
Skittles. I would say Tito Ortiz. Say Tito.
You watch your mouth.
Hey. Is he your mayor, by the way? I forgot. Is he your mayor?
I think he like resigned or something. I don't know. I don't know. I just
What
heard
kind
he
of mayor
got
files for
bankrupt or
bankruptcy?
something.
Is he
Yeah, something like
is he
that.
fighting on the Fedor card?
He's next in line for the shot.
He'll probably be a guest referee for that fight.
Not listening.
Ah, my God. Oh, yeah, you got to listen to the main event, though. That's right. That is the main event, the UFC Interim Light Heavyweight Championship. John Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev.
Nice.
The what?
Take it away, Alex.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Obviously, this is not the fight that was supposed to be main event. It was supposed to be, obviously Jiri and Glover. But that's not happening. So now we have this fight. It's not interim, right? It's for the world title, right? It's for the undisputed championship.
Is it interim or because
it's not interim because Jiri gave it back to UFC.
He did vacate. He did
vacated.
vacate.
He vacated
for the title. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was going to be out for like a year or so,
Which
is that injury that bad?
They're saying it's the worst shoulder injury that the UFC has seen.
Oh shit!
Which is crazy when you think about what happened to Nog, what Frank Mir did to Nogueira, and they're saying that this is a worse shoulder injury than that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it sucks.
Luck,
but John has He has an opportunity to become a 2-time world champion. And I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I remember his last fight against Rakic. He didn't look good, right? Or did he look good? I remember watching.
It was a weird injury ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Jan looked good, but I don't remember it that well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it too, but Magomed is also. I mean, he's fighting the right guys to get to a title shot. He's fighting the right guys he needs to if he wants to be world champion. I mean, B. Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, Volkan Izmir, Krylov, and he's looking really good. I don't know, and he's 18-1. He's 30 years old. John's 39, I believe. It's tough. I'm gonna go Magomed on this one. I think he gets it done. I think he stops him. I see him throwing I don't know, for some reason I see him throwing like a body kick. I think because he's been winning with head kicks, he's gonna fake it. I feel like, and he's gonna throw it right to a body, and he's gonna stop Jan and
he's gonna catch him.
TKO. He's gonna catch him and punches, and I'm gonna go with third round on Magomed.
Wow.
He's gonna tire him out. I think he's gonna try to tire him, get good in the late rounds, and then kind of go for the finish.
I go second round. I think he's gonna catch him in the second round. I think Magomed's gonna catch him with a head kick.
Could be, yeah.
I like Magomed and John too. I have a lot of respect for him, and I mean, but Magomed is younger. He's hungry for this, and I think
his prime right now. I feel like
he definitely totally agree. He's at his prime right now, and this guy is hungry. And for him to win this title, well, damn,
and steal the show. I mean, this is his opportunity to be the superstar right now. With Jiri gone and all this, I mean, this is the spotlight right here.
Yeah. And we talked about it off there, Alex. And we talked about it, like, if let's say if Glover would have actually taken this fight, he would have fought Magomed. That you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm still like, you mentioned off the air that he probably wanted to train more, get prepared more, maybe to fight the winner of this fight. That could be the case.
Yeah, Glover could fight the winner of this. I mean, he should be next in line.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. So, but yeah, I got Magomed second round. I think TKO, and this is going to be Magomed's time, and I'm happy for him. I love
because Glover gets. I mean, Glover gets the day off. he'll wait till these younger guys fight, and he'll fight the winner, get a good training camp, a full training camp, because I think he would not. It would have been a short training camp if he would have fought Magomed, but
yeah, because looks too busy training,
for Jiri.
Yeah. So
he's smart veteran move.
I'm pretty sure Dana White did him the favor too. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. You deserve
hate on it.
You gave me Alex Pereira to win the belt. There you go. You can shake. There you go. There you go. Take a day off. Take the day off. But yeah, I got Magomed, man. Rickard, who do you got?
I mean, Magomed. He's just on a tear. 18-1. His only fight lost was his debut in the UFC versus Paul Craig, and go figure, a submission by Paul Craig. But ever since then, he's just in a tear, destroying everyone. The only thing I can remember mostly about Magomed's fights are Daniel Cormier talking about, oh, this guy's from Russia. Of course, he's Dagestan, so Cormier's going to side with him. Pretty much every fight he does. Just drooling from the mouth. Anyways, with Jan, I love Jan. I hope he wins. I'm going to go more with my heart. I think Magomed might get the win, but I just feel like Jan has the experience. They both have. Magomed has tons of experience as well, but I think with these championship fights and the caliber he's fighting, I think Jan has just the edge on him. And he's been 2 fights a distance. I know Magomed only went 1 fight so far in the distance for Thiago Santos. It was a 5-round fight. But yeah, I'm gonna go.
He has a few
Jan.
decision wins.
No, I'm talking about 5-rounders.
Oh, 5 rounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Magomed, I think, had 1 5-round fight. Yeah, I'm going to go Jan. I think I'm going to go with the veteran, go by decision.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think he gets it done.
All right. Coach.
So 70% of the time, the younger fighter does win. But I think this is going to be the 30%. I think Jan has the power and the durability. I think he's bigger, stronger, tougher. And if the Jan who fought Izzy shows up on this night, it will be a really rough night for Ankalaev.
Yeah.
I like Ankalaev, but he's a little less hardy. He's a little more delicate. And he can just be roughed up and manhandled by Jan. And Jan is up there in striking power. He's one of the more powerful strikers. Ankalaev is more of a classic kickboxer, punches and bunches, not really a strong finisher. So I think Jan makes it a rough night for Ankalaev. I do think it is going to go the distance, so I also think it's going to be a split decision. But I think Jan will have another belt.
2-time.
The two-time. Good call. I like that, and you're right about that. If he shows up how he fought Izzy, Magomed's going to be in deep trouble. Because that's
the one thing that Jan did really figured out later in the fight, but then he figured it out, is to step through the strikes right into the takedowns. And it's a little ugly, it's a little sloppy, but Izzy couldn't deal with it. I don't think Ankalaev is going to be able to deal with it either.
Definitely. I totally agree. Man, and I can't wait to see how this light heavyweight, division itself will turn out to be. Like, for a fact that we know that Teixeira, of course, will get his shot. I think he's gonna have to fight the winner of out of these two. And then, but what's after that?
Glover is soon going to be fighting with like Fedor and the other geriatric seniors.
Hate him.
Oh, he's gonna set up to AARP pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he will very soon.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
How
with
old
his
is
belt
Glover?
on his shoulder with the world championship.
That's right.
They get yeah.
Glover's like what? 54?
43. 43.
43. Okay.
43.
If
Damn.
Fedor wins, he breaks the record.
Oh my
Oldest
god.
champion. He breaks the record. He could break the record. I'm just saying.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. Oh man.
And it's his last fight too.
Okay, you know what? For you, we'll cover it so Coach
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
bash you all fucking night.
Fedor's
Oh,
gonna win,
man.
baby. He's gonna knock out
I,
Vader, get his belt. And that's
I just want to hear Coach say, "I don't care. I don't care." I just want to hear him say,
I'll have to brush up on my old man jokes and
some primetime feed,
fairy
man.
tale jokes and right and Yakuza jokes, right? Yakuza jokes usually aren't very funny. But
yeah.
I mean, anyway.
He's gonna win.
We'll see. But so on card, gentlemen, which one are you guys excited for? Which fight are you actually looking to? Oh man, this could be the fight of the night, maybe. I mean, it's not a bad card. I mean, even without with Jiri and Glover main eventing, without Robbie Lawler, of course he got replaced. But it's interesting because you got two undefeated fighters. You got an upcoming fighter, of course, who's been is pretty much given the pathway to retire one guy whose contract's about to expire, and then you have a catchweight that just came unexpectedly. Then you got these two contenders that are in the top rankings, top 2 and 3. So
Where is this card taking place?
this card is taking place
In
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
in Vegas.
Okay. Because the undercard has a lot of Cali folk.
Hey, you know what? Let me look at the
It's a pretty good prelim card.
the early prelims or the prelims.
Oh, just in general prelims. I mean, you got Rosenstruck.
Oh yeah.
Shabazian.
Shavazian. Okay.
Let's see.
There
There you go.
So, whoa, what is this?
That's the early.
Those are the early prelims.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the early
that
prelims.
17-year-old that's fighting.
Yeah. So Raul Rosa Jr. This kid, cool kid, good kid. He's the youngest athlete to be signed to the UFC. He's from NorCal and homeschooled with his two younger brothers, and his father was a fighter and trained these kids up. And I met Raul junior and senior at a grappling competition down here in Huntington Beach, and then we invited them to come train with us at Black House. Good kid. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how he does.
Awesome. You know what?
And then there's Edmund Shabazian. I hope he does better. I really do. He got in quick and easy because Ronda Rousey was his manager. He's from the California regional scene, so he got in a little earlier than he should have. Got into the UFC, but full of potential. And he's had his ups and downs. It's been a little rocky, but I wish the kid well, and I hope he does. I hope he does well. But man, this the guy that he's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he's
Yeah.
5'8",
Yes.
185 pounds. That's all muscle. Man,
That's all. Yeah, that's all muscle. He's my height, but
He's also 35.
Yep, but he's also from the Congo. So,
there you go.
and then we got Chris Curtis
he has 3 losses
and
in a row though.
okay, cool.
So if he loses, it's pretty much cut.
Yeah, well, and he's old and he's a loser, so cut him. So then we got Chris Curtis and Joaquin Buckley. This one's interesting, and Chris Curtis I've met him a few times. He's sparred in our gym a few times. He's a character. Got good hands though. He's got good hands. Joaquin Buckley, man, this kid's hit or miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look at the stats. 5'10", 5'10", 76, 75.5. All right. How's it go? Virtually identical, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, if Joaquin didn't have that one spinny, flippy, jumpy back kick highlight, no one would know who he was. No one would care.
I'm intrigued now. You got me invested because I'm familiar with Chris Curtis, but Joaquin Buckley is the one that let's see. Yeah, well, yeah, it looks like, man, those prelims are going to be exciting. Then I do want to see Rosas Jr. And I'm hoping he has a bright future in the octagon for sure, and for the UFC mainly. I mean, if he trained with you, coach, you better make it happen.
He didn't train with me. He came in. He was a guest at our gym, but he and his father, good people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richard, Alex, what about you guys? What are you guys looking for any prelims or early prelims?
No, I like the Billy Q fight. I like Billy Grantillo. I mean, every time he goes on, he puts on the show, and I know he has like a loss coming off a loss versus Shane Burgos. So I know he needs his win deeply. So before that, I mean, he had a fight versus Gabriel Benitez that he looked stellar. I mean, he was just piecing him up every round. I mean, he has the hands and he has the jiu-jitsu to do it. So hopefully he gets a win.
Okay, what about you, Alex?
I like a good heavyweight fight. So Rozenstruik and Chris Dawkins is gonna be a pretty good fight. It's gonna be a knockout for sure. So
yeah,
for
that. Oh man, definitely, I am looking forward. But there you have it.
When it comes to striking, there is what we call athletic power. So that is force times distance divided by time. So how much force you can generate rapidly. That's what power is. And power is a major factor when it comes to striking. Then there's something called effective mass.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to see here between Rozenstruik and Dukakis is effective mass. Who do we think? Who do we think between these two?
Rozenstruik. I
think Rozenstruik wins.
I think so too.
Yeah.
He's favored too. I mean, he's at minus 170, plus 145. Okay. I think and I'm still waiting for what the fuck are we gonna get on the heavyweight bout. We haven't even gotten shit so far. I mean,
Jones.
That's another topic for another night. But yeah, I know that. I don't really want to get into that. But we'll see when Dana White, when they keep pressuring him. Hey, what are you gonna do with the heavyweight bout? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? They keep asking him the same fucking questions. But but we'll see. We'll find out this weekend for sure. So that is right. But thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for this spectacular MMA episode. Best MMA podcast in Southern California, ladies and gentlemen, because we have three of the greatest of all time here. The Modest of Pain, of course, follow them, Championship on the Line podcast, and Iron.
The episode.
That's right. And of course, Coach Rage, Iron. Make sure you follow him, subscribe. Everything's right below. Follow the YouTube channel, follow him on social media platforms. Make sure if you want to be part of this rage, hit this man up. He's looking for great fighters who wants to step into that ring and step into that octagon, especially. Love it. But yes, go ahead, Alex. Let them know. What do you got going for Championship on the Line? New episode. Tell them what's the new episode.
Yeah, man. New episode this Friday. If you're a big fan of PWG or the SoCal, especially the early 2000s, late 90s, we got Disco Machine. Will be on there. We'll talk. I didn't do this interview. Richard did this interview. So, Rich, tell us what you guys talk about.
Yeah, Richard.
We talked about everything. It's kind of a long interview, but it's well worth it. The interview is about like an hour 15. We talk about everything from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, where he's a mastermind with other group of wrestlers that started that company, and he actually created the logo of PWG. So he talks about that. Talks about his time from Wrestling Society X when he was on MTV and so much more. So it's just an awesome interview.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's Friday.
That's Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
Friday.
Subscribe to Championship on the Line podcast. But yes, Coach, let the people know what you got going. What is going on in the IR gym? What is going on?
We just fought Saturday. We did some kickboxing. We did very well. Right now, things get a little quiet. We got the holidays coming up. So I'm not sure when we're getting back in the ring or the cage, but it's not going to be this year.
No, not this year. But remember, you got to stay in shape. Even though it's a holiday season, you know,
right.
Coach Ray needs to send you stay in shape. So even
That's
though,
right.
like, you know, you want tamales, pozole, menudo, all of it, I know the whole shebang, but if you're training with this man, he's your coach, he's going to get on your ass. So you better make sure you're not, you know, not eating those type of foods. Stay in
Right.
shape.
Yeah.
Because he'll be blasting your phone.
Always underweight.
Always underweight. And remember, MMA hates everybody. Okay? Remember that. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, listening as well. For the audio platform listeners, thank you once again. Brazil and Australia and Ireland, actually, too. Shout out to they're the main providers that are listening and are downloading and listening to us here in the MMA world of podcasting. We'll be back next week giving our thoughts, the results for UFC 282. We might do one more just to end of the year. We could do our top 5 fights of UFC of 2022 just to end the year with that. So I will keep that more of an announcement coming.
Or like maybe like the top 5 worst Fedor fights, or maybe just his whole career. I mean, we'll talk about that afterwards.
Or the biggest Fedor fixes.
There you go. I like that more.
Yes, I love it. Yeah.
I love those fights when we fought those 2 pro wrestlers. Oh man!
Oh, right.
Like he knew what they were doing.
It was a different time back then.
Right.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It was. But there you have it. Once again, thank you so much, everybody. The host of these one IBC here with the Modest of Pain and the phenomenal one, Coach Rage. So letting you guys know we'll be back here and catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching this. Peace.